In this video, we're going to talk about how to speed read business cases like the Harvard Business Review. Now, I've got a book here, 10 Essential Reads from the Harvard Business Review. And what I would do if I was just starting this out, well, it shows me a little chapter, well, kind of a table of contents. So we have a number of different business cases: managing oneself, what makes a leader, what is strategy, marketing myopia, and so on and so forth. So for me, I'm looking at that and I'm trying to distinguish which one do I want to read first. So I don't know, let's say it's marketing myopia. So I'm going to go to page 57 and let's say I want to read that business case. Now for those of you that are in business school and you're going through these cases, here's the problem. Most people will take something like this and they just read it, first page, they just read it from beginning to end, and they start reading it slowly but surely. They'll get to the end. And these cases can be anywhere from like 6 to maybe 15 pages in length. But what I suggest you do, we always recommend this when we do our speed reading courses. You need to inspect your material before you read it. Inspecting just means get familiar with it. Now, these Harvard Business Review cases are formatted in a way that's sometimes different from a typical chapter you might read in a nonfiction book or a business book. So what I like to do is if I had something like, okay, marketing myopia, I'm going to read the idea in brief, the idea in practice, that first page. Then I'm going to head over here. I'm going to read my introduction to this case. I'll read, of course, all this stuff at the top. And then I'm just going to read my headings, fateful purposes. I'll look through. I see error of analysis. It's in bold. Shadow of obsolescence. Dry cleaning, electric utilities. Anything that's popping off the page is what I'm looking at and just getting familiar with my text. So the population myth, I'll read that. These little parts popping off to the side, I'll read all of that. All the bold-faced word, asking for trouble, the perils of petroleum, the idea of indispensability. All of these things that are popping off the page. And it's just to give me a sense of the structure. I'll read this over here, this, and this might take you 2, 3, 4 minutes, depends on how long the case is, but you're just reading the bones of the material. You get to the end, you read that last heading. I don't see anything that's kind of summarizing here, but I do see over here at the beginning of a sentence, it says, in short, the organization must learn. When I see that, it tells me maybe they're trying to conclude this here, in short, or if they say to summarize, or therefore, we know we're getting a concluding paragraph. So I'd probably read these last 2 paragraphs. And of course, this is the end of the case. That's my inspection. Might jot down some notes now if I want to enhance my retention. And then I'm just going back to the beginning of the case and I'm going to read it now. And this is much better than what most students and professionals are doing when they're reading these cases. Most people are just starting on page 1. And if you don't know what you're going to encounter, you have to read it slower. So it's all about getting familiar with the text before you read it. I like to equate this to stretching and warming up. Before you play a sport or work out, it's a good idea to stretch and warm up. And the same thing goes for reading. In the sense of reading, it's a matter of let me get familiar with this, stretch, warm up. You don't have to do some push-ups before you jump into this. I mean, unless you're hardcore like that and you want to get psyched about this business case. But get familiar with your text before you read it and you'll read it faster, you'll have better comprehension. So try that out next time you're reading one of these Harvard Business Review cases. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the video. If you liked what you see and if you want to see more of it, please like or subscribe, or maybe both, and we'll be sending more videos as we go along.